So if I had a dime for every time someone said to me, wow, how do you do all that? You guys are really, really busy. I would be a very wealthy person right now, which for a farmer is kind of a contradiction. But we are really busy. You probably can see that from the videos. So I talk a lot about how we do things as really busy people, how we fit things in, how we reorder our priorities in order to do things. But one thing that's very important for us to never drop is prayer. The minute I start letting my prayers slacken, I really feel the difference. I'm crabbier with everybody. I am more anxious. I feel pressured. I just lose sight of the big picture, which is the fact that God is really the one that is ordering everything, and that is what is most important to me. So, not letting go of prayer is really important, but I'm not a monastic. I don't have a life where services are the schedule for my day. I have a life where children run my day, more or less, because I still have very young children who have needs that sometimes are right now needs for many hours of the day. But St. Paul told us to pray ceaselessly. So what does that look like for a mom of 5 who runs a business and a small farm, who has a chronic illness and who has a husband with a chronic illness? It doesn't look maybe like you would think of just off the top of your head. 16 years ago, when I was brand new in the Orthodox Church, I developed a relationship with one of the priests at our church, Father David Schenk of blessed memory. He died only a couple of years after I first met him, but in that time we got to know each other somewhat well, and he was really important in my life. But I used to say things like, I run religiously every day. I exercise religiously. I am religious about my nutrition. I'm religious about my studies. And he was a very funny man. He teased everybody. And he used to tease me about how I would say that. Now, he was also a technical writer, so he was meticulous about language. And at the time, I was getting my master's degree in teaching and writing. So we hit it off kind of right away, and we had a lot to talk about. He would always tease me about the way that I said that. And he would say, you run religiously. Does that mean that you say the Jesus prayer while you run? And at the time, no, I didn't, because I was brand new and I really was not good at praying. And I'm still not really that good at praying. But at that time in particular, everything was so new to me. Now, I would say back to him probably that, yes, that is what it means, that I make soap religiously. I change diapers religiously. I am religious about feeding my family. I'm religious about mopping my floor. I'm religious about doing my laundry. Because at this point, one of the best ways for me to make sure that I am praying as much as possible all day long is to say the Jesus prayer while I am doing that. Now, one of the things that helps me remember to do that is this. This is called a prayer rope. I have a little bracelet-sized one that's really nice because it just fits right on my wrist like this, and it has a little closure on it that tightens it. But all day long, this reminds me of what it is that I am trying to do, which is in spare moments to try to say the Jesus prayer. If you're unfamiliar with the Jesus prayer, it goes something like this: Lord Jesus Christ, Son of God, have mercy on me, a sinner. Or there's a very short form, Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on me. Or some people just say Jesus over and over again. Why do I sound like I'm swearing when I say Sorry, that's kind of the kind of person that I am. I'm afraid this is why Jesus needs to do a lot of work on me, because I should be able to say that prayerfully on a YouTube video and it not come out sounding like Jesus. But that can be prayerful too, honestly, if you are coming at it from the right direction, and maybe several times a day. That is where I start from. Anyway, you can also say, Most Holy Theotokos, save us. Some people say, Lord, enlighten my darkness. That is a favorite for me. The point is, a super short prayer. People have called them arrow prayers. Just so short and direct and straight to God's ears, right in the moment that you need them. To keep yourself mindful of a relationship with Christ. Be always with Christ, Father Thomas Hopko said once. And I have never let that slip out of my mind intentionally. That's not true. I get distracted all the time. I'm extremely distractible. My intention is to never forget to always be with Christ. And my prayer rope reminds me to say the Jesus prayer. And so when I'm doing laundry, when I'm milking goats, when I'm planting the garden, when I'm scrubbing the floor, when I'm cleaning the bathroom, when I'm changing a diaper for the 20th time, it seems like some days, I can be saying the Jesus prayer and turning my attention to God and remembering that everything that I am doing, hopefully I am doing as an offering to Him and as an offering to my family, remembering that what we do to the least of these, including our children, our husbands, our wives, our brothers and sisters, our parents, anybody that we come in contact with, we are doing to Jesus. He said that in the gospel. So that's really important for me to maintain that perspective throughout the day. And I gotta say that as long as I maintain that perspective, I'm much happier. And I find it to be a truism, especially when I'm interacting with my children, that when I'm happy, they are happy. And when we are happy, we are so much more apt to do the right thing and to be patient with each other. Happiness isn't required to do the right thing, obviously. Sometimes that's just a discipline. However, anything that I can do to keep my mood up and to not let myself sink into negativity, to just basically stay positive and to reach for joy throughout the day, it's just much easier for us to stay on track and meeting our goals, our prayerful goals throughout the day. So, just a suggestion. If, like me, you find yourself distractible, if, like me, you find yourself doing some mindless tasks during the day, I don't recommend you do the Jesus prayer when you are doing something super meticulous. When I'm measuring out ingredients for soap, I'm not saying the Jesus prayer. I do ask Jesus to bless the soap that I'm making for the use of the people who are going to use it and to guide me as I'm making it so that I'm making a quality product. Jesus said, without me, you can do nothing. And there's a prayer before work. There's a beautiful prayer that we say before work that has those words in it because that's so important to remember. But sometimes you need all of your brain cells, the few that I have, dedicated to doing whatever meticulous task I'm doing. Maybe don't do it then. But when I'm folding clothes, when I'm washing dishes, when I'm mopping the floor, those are really great times for me to have a little prayer. And it doesn't have to involve a whole lot of deep thought when you do those prayers. It's just a connection. It's just a connection.